Hey everybody, it's Donna here, and I'm trying to get through all the questions that I get all the time, and I'm sure that the questions are out there, and these are ways that I answer them. So I get a lot of questions about, you're asking me to look for signs. What are those signs? You're asking me to go home and ask for a sign in my dreams, or look for signs for the answers to what I'm manifesting, or answers to my prayers. And it's like, if somebody is baking a cake and they just want the cake and they're not paying attention to all the different ways to get to that cake. So the batter, the eggs, all the things mixing together, then you bake it. So sometimes when you're wanting something, the universe or God will give you these little steps in the way to get you to that point. But if you're not paying attention, you're just looking for that cake, you're not going to notice the delivery guy coming with some eggs and some milk and batter and whatever you need, right? So I like to work with, and this is what I use in my life. So for instance, I was thinking about hiring somebody part-time that would be doing some data entry and stuff like that, it's very time consuming and that takes me away from all the other things I'm doing. So, but that's somebody who's in my space, in my business, has my passwords and has a deep level of information. So I had a really hard time. I could feel myself pulling back from the initial offer for someone, and I would gently talk about it, but I really just kept having this really surprising pull from it, because the person's very nice and they seem very ethical, so I didn't really know what was going on. And then I kept seeing a woodpecker. So woodpeckers, if you watch my videos, woodpeckers pecking on my house. It was dominating the bird feeder, which is right outside the room I'm in now, and I do a lot of work in this room. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to look up what a woodpecker means. And the woodpecker, the meaning, there's a million meanings, but the meaning I looked up that day was about, be careful who you're trusting in your business. Be careful who, be more protective, and take your time deciding who you're going to have working with you that closely and into your personal business. So it was really just basically, I feel, saying we weren't going to be a good fit, whether it's now or 5 months from now, or something just wasn't going to work out. And I 100% believe that was the right advice. And I didn't hire that person. I didn't even throw the offer out there, and I just waited. And then actually coronavirus happened, and I just think that it would have been a hard business relationship to maintain. So other times, I constantly see hawks, and I was looking up hawks, and I have this woman I call her the bone lady. She uses South African wheels and all these like bones and shells and stuff, and it's really fun. But I was asking her about hawks because she has a connection to hawks. And the hawk is, it has a lot of different meanings again, but it's about looking at the bigger picture, looking at things from sky view, right? And I have a hard time with that because I want things to happen fast. I'm a high energy person. I want things to happen. I'm doing this. I want it to happen. And life keeps giving me things that take a long time. So working on my pool is like, I can give so many examples or so many life lessons with my pool, because I'm such a city person, and having pool is great, but I have so many trees. So it's like, I literally have a million trees. They're so pretty, but they're all in the pool, and algae and all the stuff that comes with that. So it takes time, it takes layers, it takes concentration, it takes focus, all the things I don't have. So it's, it's a sign that, the hawks are showing me, look bigger, look at the bigger picture, and look at what you're learning from this, because it does help me to take a minute, take a breath, and be like, what are you in a rush for? You're going to enjoy your pool, like, no matter if it's open for 2 weeks, you'll enjoy it. For 4 months, whatever it is, you'll enjoy it. And now, in those beautiful trees that keep making my pool dirty, I have baby hawks. I have all these hawks in my yard, and baby hawks. So I feel like it's just it's a good reminder constantly that, I need to be taking a step back and paying attention to the day-to-day, and paying attention to like wax on, wax off, Karate Kid, take these little lessons, but it's going to mean something in the end. But and I always give examples because I use these things, the things that I offer to people or tell them to look for. Also numbers are huge. I've always been really situated with numbers and their meaning. So my favorite numbers are 2 and 22. My first love, his birthday was 2/22. I mean, I constantly see triple numbers all the time. Triple numbers will come up, and I mean, I'll literally get a bill and the cashier will say, "That's so crazy, it's all ones or it's all fours or whatever." So I pay attention to those a lot, because a lot of those meanings, even the number 9, which means completion, it can mean a big change in your life. And it might be changes you don't want to deal with. Not that it's negative, but it's all about you and how you deal with it. So just before my dog Fenway died, he died on August 1st, and I haven't had my big cry this week yet. So it's coming. But it was 3 years ago, and I kept getting 9s, and I knew it had to do with my dog, but I didn't want to face it. And you know, he was 11. He's a big dog. They don't really live that long, you know. And it's just one of those things, personally, I didn't want to face it. I didn't care how many messages I got. I didn't want to deal with it. And I kept seeing 9s. And 9s were just gently telling me, you know, this is going to happen. This big change in your life, your day-to-day life, is going to happen. And, you know, and I think about that now, and it would have been the same. It would have been the same. I still, you know, I think dogs are just amazing. But I'm going to not cry on you guys. But, you know, but it was the messages coming to me. Whether I wanted to hear them or not is a whole different story. So I think that, you know, and I'm going to do a whole segment on numbers, and I've been doing all the animals. And I think they're really important. There's so many birds. The birds show up. A lot of birds are messengers. A lot of birds are, if you're thinking of someone who's passed on that you love, they'll show up. One of my very good friends for many years, decades, passed away. And it was too soon. It was too soon for her to die. And I feel like she does show up for me with Blondie songs. She hated Blondie. And certain birds. So, I mean, there's all personal meanings to you yourself. Like, there's certain things that remind me of my father. There's certain things that remind me of my grandmother. They've passed on. But, you know, but there's also the bigger things that are collective, like the animal symbolism and numbers are two main ones. Oh, the hummingbird is back. I can't believe I'm out of hummingbird food. I'm so sad because I've been waiting for him to come, and he's like, "Hey, lady, like, you've totally slacked off." But I think that this is, you know, and a hummingbird is really good. He's telling you life's too short. Move fast, move through life, do your things. That's another message that I'm working with this week. So no coincidence. So hopefully this answers enough questions. I'm sure, do another video on this. But this is basically signs for me, and all these different elements of it are ways to get closer to your dream, your prayer, your manifestation, the things you're putting out there. These are little tiny tidbits to get you closer. And even if it's like a smell of the beach, maybe you should go to the beach. You know, it's learning to help you better with your intuition. That's my take on it. So hopefully this has been helpful, and I'm going to go feed my hummingbird since he showed up 3 times while I was doing these videos. And I hope everyone has a great day. Please reach out if you have questions, and you'll be seeing more of me. Bye. Subscribe. Bye.